We have Shri Hemant Kanoria, and Hemant ji would now be addressing and talking to us about the huge experience that he has had, having been instrumental in presenting this World Confluence from 2010 onwards. Please welcome Shri Hemant Kanoria.
A very warm welcome to all the eminent speakers, delegates, participants who are attending today the World Conference of Humanity, Power and Spirituality. This is the 13th of series, the annual series that we have, the 13th year. Unfortunately or fortunately, this is the first year which is being done virtually, because before this it was always physical meetings. We had thousands of people coming in. We had many eminent speakers from all over the world, from all religions, all disciplines, who were coming and attending this particular program, participating with each other, meeting each other, interacting. So this time it is very, very different, because when you meet people, when you interact with them, when you network with them to understand things, because small snippets, little words, they really help us, and it remains back. But this is lost, but this is the new world that we are in, the virtual world. So welcome, a very warm welcome to all of you. And I think that, I hope that next year we will have the physical meeting and it is not going to be the virtual meeting again. But nevertheless, the virtual meeting has its advantages, because when we have the physical meetings, many people all over the world who want to attend, they are not in a position to do so. Few people are able to make it to Calcutta or Delhi whenever we have had it in these particular locations. But in the virtual world, people can attend from all over the world, anywhere. And so today we have thousands of people who are connected, who are hearing us, who are going to participate, who are participating in this particular conference. So the conference is becoming more and more prominent now. And especially in these times when we have seen the pandemic, and first time the world has been hit with this kind of a mammoth pandemic after 100 years. So I don't think so any one of us, we have seen the last pandemic, because all of us would be younger than 100 years, which was in 1918 earlier. So this is a very different experience for all of us. And if I go through this particular experience and try to see that how do we dovetail it with the spirituality, humanity, and power that we are trying to have everyone participate today, and what are the thoughts that they should be taking away. Because with the pandemic, people initially got very scared, because they did not know that where this invisible virus, which is so fatal, so lethal, it is more lethal than missiles and military weapons, because from where it will hit whom, no one had any idea about it. So there was a scare all over the world, and globally, all the leaders, they declared lockdowns, which was almost like curfews everywhere, that people were not even allowed to move out, meet each other, because no one knew that who would get affected with this virus, and no one could see it. With that scare, people went home. They did not know whether it is going to hit them. Then gradually, when people were staying home, it also dislocated them. Businesses were disrupted, lives were disrupted. Initially, also many people felt happy because they were able to spend so much of time with their family. But gradually, the family got fed up of each other, because when you stay too much with each other, then you start getting fed up of each other, because you think it's too much. And that's the normal human behavior, because if you like something, if you have one cake and if you have to have 10 pieces of cake the same time, it is the diminishing return theory, which plays a very important role. So that's what started happening. Then people started, first of all, splurging, eating a lot, really entertaining themselves. But gradually they found that it was getting boring. And so therefore, people started seeing that, this COVID can hit them. And people started internalizing and started looking at themselves, because the doctors said that the vaccination is not there. So the only way that you can help yourself is by developing your own immune system. If your immune system is strong, so people started having all the kadhas and all the herbal teas and everything which was to do health. I think that turmeric was something which people were trying to just dose of turmeric like water so that they could build up their immune system. It does not happen in one day, but everyone started looking at themselves. So the learning was that people started going internal, and that is what all spirituality is about. Is spirituality, power, humanity, all these elements are within us. We don't realize it many times because in the hurry of life, in so many things that we get occupied with family, with friends, with work, with profession, that we just forget about looking at ourselves. We don't go within ourselves. And many people were not even able to come out of their houses. So therefore, they were not able to even exercise. Once they realized after 2, 3 weeks that exercise was important, they were not able to exercise. And that is where I go back to our own history of our country, that the teachings which we have from the rishis, that how the rishis used to be in their hermitage for long, long periods of time. They used to sit under the tree and meditate. And that is how yoga was invented. Yoga, the unison of body, mind, and soul. And therefore, what the yoga taught was postures, which were the asanas, which the rishis used to do because they were sitting at one place or in the hermitage, so which made them to exercise, which was important. And therefore, we have different postures in yoga, which is the asanas. Then you have pranayam, which was for the mind, that how do you calm your mind and have better control on the breathing. Again, this was important because the doctors said that if you want to improve your immunity system, and if you want to see that you are not affected with COVID, so you must exercise, you must do pranayam, so your lungs are better, you have better control on your mind. And the third stage was the sadhana, which is meditation, contemplation. And that is all, which was very important because contemplation again makes us go into ourselves and look at ourselves and reflect that what are, where do we need to do improvements, where we are at what stage of life in our journey, because life is a journey. So where do we stand in our journey, whether we have crossed 10 milestones, 100 milestones, 1500 milestones, how many milestones we have crossed and how many milestones we have to cross further going onwards in life. And as our philosophy very well defines that this journey which we have is not a one lifetime. So maybe a person may be living for even 100 years, but the journey is not over because our soul's journey continues forever and ever. And we do not know when it began, we do not know where it is going to end and when it is going to end. So this is what life is all about. And that is what our philosophy teaches us. And spirituality is just that discovery, getting into the journey. Many people think that spirituality is about religion. Religion are just practices, which basically helps. There are some lot of rituals which are there in almost all the religions. These are different paths to reach the same God. Or even I think that it is the beauty of our philosophy, and especially the Indian philosophy, the Vedic or the Hindu philosophy, which we are in a position to understand, that it does not say that there is God or there is no God. It only talks about our own self, our own discovering ourselves, our own self journey is what is fully articulated and expressed by all the philosophers, the scientists, the rishis who used to be philosophers and scientists. And basically, they were in a position to, from their own experience, they were in a position to explain this aspect of life, which is spirituality. So I think that, we are, and especially in India and many parts of the world now, I see that everyone has been able to, in these 9 months of lockdowns, opening up, again lockdowns, partial lockdowns, and in some of the countries, we have second phase, third phase of COVID, which is going on. We know that the vaccination is on, but for everyone to get the vaccination and everyone to realize the benefits of the vaccination is also going to be a journey in itself. So vaccination is not the solution. Vaccination is definitely going to help us. The solution is that how do we improve our own immune system? What are the right things that we do for our body, for our mind and soul? The spirituality aspect is very important, because when we are locked down, when we are with the families, even today I see my children, my grandchildren, then they have a big problem because they are not able to go to their schools. They have to study virtually. It's a very different experience, because humans are not made to be locked up in a room and do work. Humans are, as we say, we are social animals. So as social animals, we need to interact with each other, even the children, because with interactions we understand different aspects of people, different aspects of life, of each other. We learn, we teach, we make mistakes, and that is the journey of life. But unfortunately, because of this physical contacts which is not there, we are missing on it. But I think that everything has a lesson. We should not get disappointed. So this must be the lesson for the whole world, to just take a pause, to see that what they have to do internally to develop themselves. So I think that this is the right time for everyone, and I'm sure that everyone has been focusing on developing their body, mind, and soul. I see most of the people have become healthier. They have lost a lot of weight. I used to always wonder that how sitting at home people can lose weight, but I see that people lose between 5 kgs to 20 kgs of weight, because everyone has started realizing that if they are obese, then they can be attacked by the COVID. So COVID has been a good thing for the world, because it has helped us to pause, to look at ourselves, to develop our body, mind, and soul. And that is what our philosophy, the Vedic or the Hindu philosophy, talks about, that how do we internalize and how do we spiritually get onto the right path. Many people have started reading books where we have all the thoughts which has been defined by the rishis and great people who have had their own experiences, their journeys, which they share. But all the gurus and the sages, I've seen they have explained it very well, that the experience which they share is their own experience. They never are dogmatic to tell a person that this is what you should be doing or not doing. They share their experience and say that our experiences is our journey. So we can learn from those experiences, we may not learn from the experiences. That is our choice. If you do not want to learn from those experiences, it is up to us. But if you want to learn from those experiences, it is going to be good for us. But we have to have our own experience. There is no dogmatism which is there in the philosophy which most of us we believe in, which is in the Hindu or the Vedic philosophy, as we talk about. And that is why more and more people are accepting this philosophy, because it does not limit anyone. It does not define any boundaries. It says that the whole cosmos is just huge. Get into the journey of the cosmos. Experience the universe. Experience your own self, and which is unending, which is infinite, because there is no difference between us and God, because God is within us. And if God is within us, our experience, if you want to experience God, we need to first of all experience ourselves. And that journey of our experiencing ourselves is the journey to true search of God. And that is what our philosophy defines it very well. I'm sure that, today and tomorrow we are going to have very fruitful engagements, discussion, discourses from eminent speakers. And, I must express my gratitude to all the eminent speakers who have got together and all the participants. I'm sure that this journey of our lives will continue. It should be, and I wish everyone a lot of safety, good health, and because Christmas is just next week, so Merry Christmas and a very, very happy New Year to everyone. Thank you.